Welcome to the demonstration on CRM solution by Business Pointers. What you are seeing is one of the modules of our Business Day software suite, which is an entire ERP solution. But the focus of today's session will be more on the CRM functionality. So to start with the overview of the CRM functionality, every part of our application includes a super user section where a person who is with an intense knowledge of the functionality of the software goes and does a setup. So there's one initial setup, and then after that there's a subsequent changes as requested by the business to make further setups. But we don't want everyone to come in this section and be playing in this section. So what we have done is kept this authorization limited to certain set of people. Other than this, the CRM system has the leads management, which has a calling list. So before you make initial contact and you want to give a cold calling list to your salespeople who will set up the initial contact. Once they make a contact, then they actually go and enter a lead or convert a call from a calling list directly into the lead. The leads can also be organized by company. So if you're contacting multiple people and multiple contacts in the same company, you also see an organized view of the leads. Now, in the leads management, you will actually see that the contacts can be filtered by different industry criteria, and you can create your mailing groups, you can create your calling groups, you can even text message them if you have the permission to do that. And other than that, the application is quite comparable to any software in the market. For example, Salesforce.com. You might not end up paying the huge price that you pay for Salesforce, but getting the same functionality, or maybe in some cases better functionality than what Salesforce is offering. So as you can see here, you can filter this by contact person, by company, by industry, and then you can create a mailing list. So for example, let's just go ahead and do it by, say, Starbucks. Okay, so if I want to hit the Starbucks sort of companies, then I can create a list of those companies. So you can see here that there's a global search which enables quick filter, and on top of it you can build your custom lead reports. So they're already pre-existing reports by leads by general notes, by source, how you gathered that lead, lead by status, today's leads, and like variety of reports which come pretty handy. And on top of that, there's also dashboards in the system where you can quickly see the overview of your leads, how your leads are performing. So besides this, the beauty of the software is that once a lead is converted into an account, then you don't need to enter the entire data again. With one click, you can convert a lead into an activity. So this is an example of the dashboard. So it comes with the BI analytics. As you can see here, I mean, you have like lead by status dashboards, lead by variety of items each customer is asking, and so on. And then by accounts, so if you want to run your dashboard by different accounts, so the accounts managed by each of your sales employees, calling lists, then by products, and you can also compare a previous year, previous period with the current period, and also on a different type of graph. So if you have multiple options to pick from. Now, if I go in here, and the typical layout of the software is that every lead has a detailed view and a view which is more of a list view. So you see view, which means that you can see the entire list of all your leads. And then in the details, you can quickly add a contact, you can set up a reminder, any upcoming reminders you can quickly view, you can add an activity, which you can also do in the later part of the application. And then it also has a note section, so if someone wants to leave a note on the behavior of the customer, so he'll just type in behavior, and nice to speak to, and probably inquisitive, and these sort of notes, they like your sales VP or like sales head wants that when in his next call likely. So you put those commands, and then as you click on the save button, it actually inserts the date and time of the person who's entering those notes. And then if you want to quickly add an activity, then you can add an activity here. If you want to like add an opportunity, you can add an opportunity. So you can just select that it's a call and it's a webinar or what type of activity it is. And now you can also see that it's related to the leads Starbucks. And if I want to assign this to someone, I can also do that assignment here. So yeah, there's some mandatory fields. If you want it to be automated, we have a numbering system which can automate the activity codes that you have to put in as a requirement. Let's make it more relevant. So say demo opportunity. So you can quickly set up a demo opportunity, and it's related to a case or lead, and then if it's a case, then it will ask for a case number. So there are certain fields that get inserted. Now if I go ahead and like quickly refresh this lead, I will see that we have the leads, and then we'll be moving further in the application once we see this part. And in here, while the screen is saving the data or presenting it in our way, we can also go into leads by details. So it can actually, and just look for the lead that we were working on is the Starbucks lead. And you can see here that we're talking to Olivia Underwood, and we'll just go and see what are the activities associated. So we entered that note, and on it, you can see the detailed view of this activity that was created for Starbucks. So this was one example that how you can manage the entire activity opportunities related to the screen on a single screen. Activity notes here, as you can see that these notes are related to that particular activity. So you can view of what's happening on each activity, each lead, how many activities are happening there, and so on. Now, if this lead were to get converted into an account, now before I go into the accounts, I'll just show you a view of leads by company. Now, lead by company is basically it's a collective view of all the leads. If you want to hook up another contact in, say, Starbucks, so if you're one of your sales colleague is already working in one of the areas and you identify spot an opportunity in another area, some companies allow multiple salespeople to sell in the same account. And at this time when you can contacts by company being loaded. So in case of Starbucks, there's only one contact, but there could be potentially other companies where there might be. So I'll just load other leads, and we'll see that if we have more contacts. So let's see like Nevada Federal Credit Union, and if you have more contacts there. Yes, so this is an example of like we have two contacts here. So if one of the sales guy wants an introduction into another contact with that opportunity, then they can introduce each other. So this is how the system actually helps you. So it can also capture global leads, as you can see here. Most of them like US, India, Africa, like whatever. An example of how the system can give you different views of the same data and make it easy for your salespeople to work on and load the customer data. I can see here that like on the accounting side, I can see like what's the account receivable. So these are financial transactions. What's the total outstanding amount? I can even also place a credit block on this customer that I don't want to extend him more than say $6,000 of $5,000 credit. And if that's set, and what action do I want? I just want a warning or want to block that customer from placing any further orders with the company. So I can do a lot of those things. And I can save their bank account and also see their past order history, how they have ordered with the company, if they have any special labels while shipping, or uh, some special documentation or certifications. I can also get all of that stuff in here. And then if I say want some user-defined fields on this, so maybe I have my own code to decide, or I can add also new field like customer segmentation. So I can just enter my own choice field if it's not there in the system. I can start saving field in here. So if I enter this field and I select that it's I have these other choices, but I don't have to necessarily use all these choices. Maybe he's asking me that what's the length of this field, so I'm just saying make it 100 characters or 50 characters. So I'm just saving this, and now if I go back in here, I will see customer segmentation as a new field, which I can start putting in the values here. The same way I showed you the notes earlier, you can have the notes system. Other than this, if you have any cases reported with product problem, or you this is an opportunity screen, you want to have a sales quotation. If the customer likes the sales quotation, you can directly convert it to a sales order, which goes to the order management screen in the sales area, and that's a separate demonstration. So we'll be doing that demonstration probably in another session. Other than this, there's territory management. You can define your territories, maintain your territories. You can forecast. You can put in all the data that you want, like by each territory, what sales forecast you want to have, and so on. Then there is service requests, sales planning, and you can also manage your Salesforce from here. The system also comes with like a lot of ready standard reports out of the box, and which you can use. If you don't, if they don't satisfy your requirement, you also have a query designer, so you don't have to buy a separate analytic engine or reporting tool to build your queries. It's a pretty drag and drop slick functionality that comes with the tool. So with that, we come to the end of the business CRM solution. We look forward to answering any question if we can automate your sales process.